Welcome back to Kimchi Rednecks. We're in the kitchen. Today, I have decided that I have been woefully negligent on your training in Korean cooking because I've never shown you how to make any banchan. I feel like I have failed you guys a little bit on that, so we're going to remedy that today.
Because banchan is a very important part of Korean cooking.
We're going to go with my favorite of all the banchan today, which is a super easy one to put together. This one is called ui muchum, which is basically a cucumber that has been tossed or coated. This one's super easy, but before we get to that, this is not sponsored by this. However, I feel like I really need to share this with you guys. So, quick little sideline story. Years ago, when I was living in the States, I owned just a regular mandolin slicer. I was making dog treats. I was dehydrating apples for the girls, apple chips. And I was just slicing away. My mom was in town visiting, and I sliced off the tip of my finger. Yeah. We ended up at the ER. They told me this terrible story about how nobody really should own mandolin slicers because they're terrible, destructive forces of nature.
Pretty sure that everybody's heard of somebody chopping off or cutting some part of their hand with a mandolin at some point.
So, my mom has always been like, you'll never own another one. In fact, we donated that one. So, it wasn't a really big one. It was like the tip of one of my fingers, and it was because I had the guard slipped, and my finger went with the slip. So, the guard did not guard me. However, let's talk about the Dash mandolin slicer here. So, the Dash mandolin slicer has this little piece here that attaches to the blade.
Pretty sure that's called a shoot.
Sure, we'll call it a chute, whatever you want to call it. And then this for pressing your food in. And literally, I chopped all of my cucumbers and veg for another video. And you can select how thick you want by this little dial on the back. So when we first started, I was doing really, really thin. And then we decided, because we want these cucumbers in the fridge for a little while, a little bit thicker is a better choice. Again, not sponsored, but I'll put the link to this in here because if you want really evenly sliced things, this is useful.
It's kind of a slap chop mandolin.
I kind of love it. Literally, you put your veg in and you push this down and it chops. And there's a little thing that's in the sink now but sits under here and it catches everything and you're good to go.
And the little fleshy bits never get near the blade.
And my fingers never got anywhere near a blade. Now that we've had our non-sponsored commercial break, let's get back to our dish. So, ui muchum. The recipe that I make is actually from Kimchi Mari. I will link that in the description. She makes a lighter version of this. You'll see this from people like Mongchi and Korean Bopsang and maybe even, I don't know if Sungkyung Longest has one, but a lot of the others, they make it, it's actually thicker. The reason I like the way she did this is it's more, a little bit more like a pickled. So you're still tossing and coating everything, but it's a lighter.
More of a pickle, less of a sauce.
Yeah. To do this, we're going to take 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. And then we're going to need 6 tablespoons of rice vinegar. Then we need 3 tablespoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of gochugaru. So I have 3 Korean cucumbers sliced up. And then we're going to basically just mix all of this. This is going to be like cold pickling, basically. So I'm just mixing all this together. All right, so then I'm going to dump my cucumbers in so I can toss them. So I'm basically just sticking my hand in here, moving my cucumbers in and out because I'm basically going to dump everything back into this container. But I also want to make sure they're getting coated. And the only way to make sure they're getting coated is either stick it in there and shake it up and hope that the top doesn't pop off, or put your hands in there with it and coat them. And the other thing we have is I think this is about 1 green onion here. Now I'm basically going to dump everything back into my bowl and make sure that everything goes with it. So you'll notice that it's not pickling like the pickle juice, basically. You don't have like so much pickle juice in there that it's covering everything. It's not meant to be that way. But your cucumbers will also create a little bit of fluid. I throw this lid on, snap it into place. And magically, they're ready to go in the fridge. So we'll be back in a little bit where we'll taste test them for you.
All right, so we're back with the culmination of several videos here.
So we have dinner that we will be doing in another video of samgyeopsal. It's 3 different marinated samgyeopsals. But for this part, we're just going to taste our ui muchum and make sure we've got flavors on point.
One down here by the water line.
That's the good stuff. And I did add sesame seed to it afterwards, so I would say add as much as you like.
It's pretty good.
Quick and easy, banchan, flavorful. It's probably been in the fridge for what, 30 minutes, an hour?
Something like that. Relatively healthy.
Relatively healthy and really, really good. There you go. Banchan, number 1. We got you down with banchan number 1. We're going to keep working on banchan recipes for you, though.
Right.
Like, subscribe.
Do the internet stuff.
If you want to,
Fund our bad decisions.
or our good decisions,
Or our good decisions.
or give the dogs a treat.
See the buy us a coffee link below.
We'll see y'all around. Thanks for watching.